Hey, I'm going to show you my appliances so that you know kind of it'll give you a heads up as to my routine as far as health that I'm doing right now that I upgraded to. So I have a really tiny kitchen. It's just, typical apartment. But I literally have 9 um, appliances. It's crazy. So we start off with my Vitamix, right? By the way, this Ion Gut Health from ionbiome.com is help healing my gut after antibiotics. Really super awesome. It's made from really rich, fertile soil with all the micronutrients and really high in all the minerals that we tend to be lacking from the depleted soil from what we're eating from. Then, I have my kettle for in the morning because it's good to have something hot, to warm up your system and get your digestion going. As opposed to drinking or eating cold foods in the morning, it's good to have a hot thing. Okay, then we're going to move over. I have my little magic bullet just so I can keep it simple sometimes and not need the whole friggin', Vitamix. Especially if I have to, it's thicker stuff that I'm working with. And it's easier to get it out of the container. Now, this is something I never grew up with, and this is a pressure cooker. And, God, it's a godsend because it cooks things so fast, like especially beans and rice, and I'm talking about like the hard, raw beans. So you can do it yourself instead of getting it in a canned food form where there's tons of salt and preservatives. So you can do beans, anything, rice. Of course, I don't do meat anymore, but it just cooks things. It's almost like the old-fashioned microwave, I think, but it's healthier because it seals all the flavor inside and just uses, intense like steam. And I don't put it on for very long because it heats it up so fast. It's almost like just needs a little heat, and then most of the time I put it on the warm setting, which is enough to warm something up. So then we've got my my citrus juicer here, manual version, so that I can have lemon water in the morning. This is part of my juicer, which I just started to do, and I'm putting it on my stove here because there's only so much room in this kitchen, right? And then here's my Foreman grill, which I usually use to toast. It's like a toaster, and then I used to use it for like fish, but not doing so much meat lately at all. But it is good for heating things up like veggie burgers, and it's just super fast too because it's just, a high enough heat that it just does it really fast, kind of like a microwave. This right here, I'll show you what comes with it. This is my water spiralizer. So, in trying to upgrade everything in my life, I have a filter here, on my sink. But then I put it in here and it swirls it. So this is from Cook's Companion as an example. See, there's only a little bit of water in there right now, but you can see how it swirls it like it's coming from a natural brook or river. It activates the water when it does that because otherwise you're drinking dead water. It's sterile. And then after I'm done doing that, then I press this one, which puts more hydrogen into the water, which has healing properties. I can't remember exactly why that's healing, but at any rate, pretty cool. It was very affordable too. I got it from one of those shopping networks, and so it was under $100, like $75 or something. Okay, then we have my KitchenAid. God, what do you call this thing? It's usually people use it for their coffee beans, but I'm using it for my flax seeds because flax seeds are really good to freshly ground up and kind of use in a cereal. It's just super good for the brain and to get those essential fatty acids right in the morning. And, you know, high in vitamin A and E, big time. So here are my flax seeds. I just put it in there, make it fresh, because, you know, it goes rancid fast, so it's better to do it fresh. Put it in my bowl here that I have sitting, and then I usually mix it with, you know, like raisins and maybe some granola, like seeds and nuts, kind of a cereal. Okay, so that's that. And then this was my salad for today. I'm going to open it for you. Sometimes it's hard to get salads to be very interesting, and I already ate my first round of it. But I forgot to mention in the last video that I add usually at least one fruit, because it just, you know, makes it interesting and puts a little sweetness in there. So there's papaya in this one. And then I also forgot to mention, of course, avocado, which brings in some healthy fats in there. And I've got lots of seeds and nuts, and that makes it very interesting. I also have sprouted beans in there, and, you know, lots of herbs and sprouts. So there's a lot. I mean, it is loaded with mixed greens, and so there's lots of things, even like trail mix, you know, you can put in your salad to make it interesting. And I am absolutely loving it. My body is completely loving it. So I want to show you my fridge now. I have all these fresh juices. All those are fresh juices in all these different kinds of containers. There's my tea, because I have it always stuff in there raw to make the tea, and of course my blender back there that has my curry. This is the curry soup I used for my liquid fasting. So, you know, I made a soup with all these awesome organic vegetables, and then put coconut milk in there with a bunch of spices. So I just used this coconut milk, put one in there, or two, whatever. And then all the spices really is what makes it yummy. And I did it without a recipe. Totally yummy, wonderful, loved it. And then you can liquefy it like this and, you know, drink it as a soup. So that's what I did during my fast. I always have so Costco has this berry thing that you can get that's already packaged in these packages, and I love having that treat at night. It's like a dessert, and it's super healthy, and that way I get my berries in daily. And here's my celery juice. I'm ready to go for tomorrow. I do my juices ahead of time because I have a small kitchen, and, you know, it's kind of a little involved. And, you know, I'm drinking it throughout the day and stuff, so it lasts. So it's not a problem, and I can always add honey and salt if I need it to last longer. Oh my gosh. So here, this big tub, by the way, this is awesome. It's a gingerade, so ginger and lemon, which I have in the morning. Okay, get that lemon in there and alkalize. This big tub is all the pulp from all the juicing I just did. It's a huge amount, and there's tons of things you can do with it. I'm getting creative and learning about how to work with it. And I'll show you all the different ways that I do that. I wanted to show you this because I actually make this. So for instance, this was originally, let's see, what was it? Oh, flax, chia, and hemp, like that I got from, of all places, Walmart. And after I used it, I just mixed up my own. So I literally have, you know, all these flax, hemp, almond slices, pumpkin seeds. Here's my second one, because I drizzle this on, this is partly what I mix with my flax seeds in the morning when I ground up those flax seeds to make a cereal, and then I sprinkle it all over my salad and anything else I want to sprinkle it on. So it's all ready to go. Brazil nuts are super good for masculine, like testosterone and other things that it has that other nuts don't have. I also put pesto sauce in my salad because it makes it very yummy. I love pesto, so that kind of becomes part of my dressing, along with this pineapple from Farmer's Market. It's a pineapple, oh, what do you call that? You know, it's a fermented instead of kimchi or sauerkraut, because I can't get into those very well, but this one I can get into. It tastes good and it adds a nice little sweet flavor to the salad. These are those sprouted beans that I put in the salad as well, and of course my pumpkin seeds are here. And oh, also a nice sprinkle the bee pollen on there as well. It's better to get local bee pollen because it helps you adapt to the pollens in your local area, but they didn't have that at this health food store at the moment. By the way, this is a really good, because see, it's a root beer version of kombucha, so I really like it a lot better, and I'm using it to help it heal my gut after antibiotics. Oh, and this is part of my my dressing in my salad too, so it adds kind of a different sort of flavor to it all, and that way you get amino acids. Okay, I wanted to show you something kind of funky. Okay, so this looks kind of weird, but it's just the pulp from my juice. There was a lot of carrots, so you can see, but it kind of looks funky because I have a tea bag in there too. And anyway, that's one of the ways to use pulp. And also, there, you know, you can make it into a homemade bread if you just add flour to the pulp. You can, you know, make it into muffins. You can make it into flatbread. You can make it into like veggie balls. You can, oh, my thing is going off still. So see, that's what it's doing. We forgot to turn it off. And I'm just learning all the different ways to work with that pulp. So you can use it as a mask on your face, and I just put it in my bath water because, you know, I figure I'll absorb some of that too. So anyway, that's a little bit of insight into that hopefully will also inspire you, along with my first time ever sprouting. So I took those bean sprouts and I'm gonna make some sprouts here, which is so simple.